Welcome back, fellow geeks. Now, if you've been following me on social media and you've seen some of my past videos, you know I won this very special spool of Proto-Pasta Coffee HTPLA. Now, if you've seen some of my posts, you know I've really fallen in love with the properties and the overall performance of this filament, and I've had some really beautiful models, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Now first, I want to talk about how easy it is to actually print. If you have success with PLAs, I would highly recommend giving this filament a quick check and at least buying a sample spool from Proto-Pasta. Now, temperature-wise, I printed this on the hot end at about 210 degrees Celsius. I'd give you a good range of about 200 to 215 degrees Celsius. I found my best results were at 210 on the Robo 3D, which is wide open. I found that I had best adhesion at 50 degrees Celsius, and this is really kind of a setting I didn't play around too much with, as I have a really good results with adhesion at 50 degrees with PLA normally, so it's just kind of something I stuck with. There is a good range there, and it being a PLA base, you can most likely go with lower heat. Now, as for models, I've had some really beautiful models. Some of them I have not even post-processed, and some of them I have with a few different techniques. Now, the first one I want to talk about has not even been post-processed, and in the picture, I really just set it up nicely outside and let the sun hit it from the back. Now, the model there is the ribbon model from Thingiverse, and as you can see here, with the different waves in it, you have a different opacity throughout the entire model in the sun there, and it's really quite beautiful and just kind of really hits on some of the really nice properties this Proto-Pasta filament has, and really is why I've quite honestly fallen in love with this filament. Now, there are some other models that I have done and I've post-processed. Now, the first one being is just a simple polyurethane that I applied with a foam brush. Now, if you're interested in that post-process, I'm going to have a video up pretty shortly, so check for the link in the descriptions down below. Now, with this, I really just kind of lightly sanded in between layers, and I applied about 4 or 5 coats of polyurethane on. So it's really thin polyurethane coats, and it has a really nice, beautiful look to it, and it has really nice shine that comes from that polyurethane, along with the really beautiful color that the Proto-Pasta coffee filament has to it. Now, another post-processing thing I did is I aerosol sprayed lacquer onto a model, and not only does that also have its own shine, but also deepened and darkened the color of the natural Proto-Pasta and has made it really quite beautiful and has a really nice dark color to it, which makes for really nice, beautiful post-processed models. Now, overall, on printability, I've not had any problems printing, and I would highly recommend it. I'd give it 5 stars on the printability of this filament, and I'd highly recommend it if you have some really good success with PLA plastics. Now, I printed this on glass with just a glue stick, so there really wasn't too much trickery going on here trying to get adhesion. I really didn't have any problems adhesion-wise, as I normally don't with PLA. Another really nice thing about this is the natural look to this. The natural color is quite honestly amazing, and which really allows you to do any type of post-processing you want, whether it's none, like you saw in the ribbon vase, or it's polyurethane or lacquer, which you saw in the next 2 models. I highly recommend this to anybody who's looking for a really nice exotic filament, and I'd highly recommend this to anybody who just really likes the smell of coffee, as it has a really nice smell to it the second your hot end starts to heat up and the filament's in it. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions for future reviews, please feel free to comment below, or feel free to send me an email at chrisbrown@3dpgeek.com. Now, if you're interested in buying some of this filament, I highly recommend it. You can do so at either Amazon and search Proto-Pasta Coffee HTPLA, or check out their website for their full line of filaments at proto-pasta.com. Now, I'll have a link in the description to where you can go and order this. It's really quite cheap at $35 for a 500 gram spool. And I'd highly recommend also checking out some of their other filaments, as you can also buy sample packs, which they give you a very generous sample pack to test it out before you jump all in and get a full spool of their awesome filaments. I'd also check them out at Proto-Pasta on Instagram and Proto-Pasta on Twitter, as they have some really beautiful posts of just what the community has done with some of their filaments. It's really quite amazing what you can do with some really quality filament. And if you have any questions or you want to see future reviews, please check out 3dpgeek.com. You can see full reviews on different filaments and on different products. Until then, thank you.